Okay, I think we're good with that. So I'll just start by introducing myself. I am Anna Moss. I am in Nebraska. I've got the 3 kiddos, the youngest one you've met here. I'm a nurse at our little hospital. We have about a 25-bed hospital here in Little Valentine, Nebraska. And we get a lot of just everything. So we handle the ER, we handle outpatient, inpatient. I do an ortho clinic one day every other week. So get lots of different, a variety there. But the last couple of years, I have really kind of found a passion in trying to encourage other people in a healthy lifestyle, because I don't like to see them ending up in a hospital bed. I mean, I know you can't always avoid it, but I feel like America as a whole has tended to get a little bit out of control with the lack of taking control and power over their health. And so I like to try and promote healthy lifestyles in general. My connection says it's unstable. Am I breaking up at all, or is it okay?
You're okay.
So I stumbled upon Young Living about 3 years ago, and I kind of resisted the whole essential oils thing because it was really fatty at the time, you know, and I just didn't really like the idea of just hopping on a fad just because it was a fad. But then my sister-in-law gave me some tea tree oil, and it wasn't even any brand. It was actually a pharmacy. She picked it up at a pharmacy because my kiddo had gotten a little sliver in his hand, and he was about 1 at the time, my oldest. So that was actually longer than 3 years ago, but that's kind of where I started. And he was so young, I couldn't really get it out by, you know, using a needle or anything, tweezers. It was so too deep for that. And it just started to get just kind of a little infected and very tender. And she said, try putting some tea tree oil on it. So she picked me up just a pharmacy brand, and we started applying it, and that healed up. Like within a week, it was gone. And I was like, what? That's because I had tried some, you know, like triple antibiotic ointment and all kinds of stuff, and nothing was helping it. So when I ended up a little ways down the road getting a doTERRA kit, and started to kind of play with those, and was pretty impressed by what I saw, but I just didn't have anyone teaching me. Like, I signed up for it, and then I never really heard anything more from my people that signed me up. So I didn't know what to do with them. I kind of had an idea, but I only got so far, and then I'm like, I'm not sure what else to do with these. So then my sister-in-law came along, and she was a member of Young Living, and I got a Young Living kit. And she just plugged me right into educational resources. She gave me handouts. She walked along just trying to explain what to do with something, or if I had a question, she was there. And that made all the difference. And I'll explain a little bit later too why I kind of feel like, now that I've seen a little variety of different companies, why I feel like Young Living is the way to go. I have been just really amazed. So one of the, just a few of the top things that these essential oils specifically have helped my family with is Valor, which I'm going to tell you about. My husband and my son deal with a lot of emotional issues, and that oil alone has been a lifesaver for them. I completely thought when I started essential oils, I'm like, the emotional part of it, that just doesn't seem like they could even help with that. You know, it's more like, oh, you know, topical healing or aromatherapy. Okay, fine. But you know, emotions, that's a different thing. But it's amazing now that I've looked into the science behind it, how it really does work with parts of the brain to help things. And my husband will have an attack and rub a little Valor on his spine and inhale it, and he can function again. It is absolutely amazing. And I've tried it on my son too, when he kind of gets just paralyzed by his emotions and can't function. A little bit of Valor on the spine, and in minutes, they're so much better. It's amazing. So that has made a world of difference. The Thieves and they have a whole cleaning line. I have replaced my cleaning products with the Thieves products. It's very affordable to do that. And one bottle of the Thieves cleaner replaces everything. Like, you can clean your toilets with it, you can clean your counters, you can clean my floors put a little in your laundry for a laundry booster. It does everything. So their products in general just have made such a big difference in our lives. The some of the oils that help with focusing have also helped my oldest son in school significantly. So we've seen a lot of big changes in our lives because of it. And the more that I try different things and the more I use them, the more impressed I am. So I'm going to kind of start out with just some introductory stuff here. And if you ever have any questions, do you want to, you guys already kind of told me where you were from. Carrie, do you want to hop in and just tell us your story a little bit here?
Sure. So I started off kind of like Anna with, thinking, oh, this is just a fad and everything's placebo effect. And so, I really was thinking, there's nothing to these oils. It's just people's heads get wrapped around the idea. And so I, just kind of kept pushing it off. And then one of my kids had, when they were a baby, they had issues with gas. And so I sat there and I'm going, well, somebody offered me a different brand of essential oils, but it was their tummy essential oil. And we had been going through, the liquid stuff you can buy for tummies, but it's only good for 2 weeks. And we weren't using it often enough. And, she's like, well, just try this, rub it around their tummy, around their belly button, and you'll be surprised at how quickly it was. And I was like, okay, well, fine, we'll try it. You're going to give me a sample, I'll try it. And so I rubbed it around his tummy, around his belly button. And, he's only a couple months old. So placebo really wasn't going to be part of the effect in him. And, within 5 minutes or even less, he was no longer fussing. And all of a sudden he was able to calm down and go to sleep. And I'm like, whoa, okay, hold on. There must be something to this. And so it was a couple years down, we kept using that, but then a couple years down the road, started realizing that, well, there's more to these oils besides just the tummy. There's other things that it can help with. And so that's when Anna hooked me up, and, we're starting to learn more about how these oils can be used, besides just the tummy.
All right, thank you. I always also have to just kind of add a little disclaimer that I am technically a medical professional, but as far as essential oils go, I am not a doctor. I can't cure disease. I can't claim to, we have to be careful about claims to essential oils curing things. So I'm not going to do any of that today. I'm just going to explain how it's helped me and how you can use them for your own benefit. And I have lots of people that they've helped. So I'll do my best to answer any questions you have. I'm just going to start out with what essential oils are. They are the most powerful part of the plant. They are the healing part of the plant. They are distilled from flowers, trees, roots, bushes, fruit, rind. So like when we talk about citrus oils, it's not the citrusy part. Oh, here, Dawn. I'm gonna bring Dawn in here. It is cold pressed from the rind. So if you have like a lemon essential oil or a grapefruit essential oil, then it's not going to have the acid with it that you would normally get from like a lemon juice or a grapefruit juice. Resins, herbs, oils consist over 100 different natural organic compounds. In humans, they provide support for every system in the body, skeletal system, muscular system, circulatory system, endocrine system. Hormones is a huge one. I just had a class on hormones the other night. Respiratory system, immune system's a big one too. They support brain health, healthy weight, can be used extensively for emotions, can benefit a spiritual support in your prayer life, like for focusing and being able to be grounded. An oil in a diffuser can soothe a child's tough day at school or provide effect when you've had a stressful day at work. They can be used as an alternative for toxic cleaning chemicals in your home. And you can literally, like I talked about with the Thieves, start swapping out every single cleaning product you have, and switch to a purer lifestyle without breaking the bank, because these are really, you're just using a drop or two at a time. Very little goes a long way. So there are actually like 300 oils on the earth, but you only need about 10 or 20 of them to build just a nice strong base for getting started. You don't need to be an aromatherapist to use them. Usually you just rub it topically onto the skin. You can put it into a food or drink, and I'll get a little bit more into that a little bit later here, or diffusing or inhaling it. So there's topical, internal, and aromatic use, okay? So tests have shown that oils can reach the heart, liver, and thyroid in 3 seconds when inhaled. They're found in the bloodstream in 26 seconds when applied topically. And it takes about 3 to 6 hours in a normal, healthy body for those oils to get out of your system, but usually you have to reapply them more often than that if you're really wanting to get a certain kind of effect, depending on what it is. A lot of times I'll just put on oils in the morning and then throughout the day if I need something in particular. But if you want to, if you're feeling like you're getting sick and want to try and stay more healthy, then you can apply it like even every 30 minutes if you want to, if you're just really trying to get better. So just a little bit of history. They were first mentioned by name in the biblical book of Genesis, where Joseph was sold to the slave traders. They carried spices, balm, and myrrh. I have myrrh essential oil here. Genesis ends with the burial of Joseph's father, also anointed with myrrh. Oils are mentioned actually 1,100 times directly or indirectly in scripture. Some of the oldest cultures on earth used essential oils. The Babylonians placed orders for cedarwood, myrrh, and cypress. I have all 3 of those. The Egyptians used essential oils for beauty and embalming, and they have the oldest recorded deodorant recipe made with essential oils. Pakistan and Rome used essential oils in the communal bathhouses for like more disinfectant kind of thing and aromatic. And of course, even in the Bible by Jesus, he was given gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Frankincense, which we're going to talk about in more detail here in a little bit, is actually referred to like the coconut oil of essential oils because it has over 10,000 uses. I mean, seriously, if you want to just try and do, help a problem, you do frankincense or lavender. Like reach for those 2 first and they will pretty much take care of everything. Let's see, essential oils were used by the medieval Europeans, many of whom brought oils back during the Crusades. It was only after World War II when essential oils were rediscovered, and the science on their uses grows every single year. And literally, since I'm a nurse, I really like the science behind it. So a lot of times you can look up a chemical constituent, which is kind of the chemical breakdown of what's in an essential oil, and look it up on one of our scientific websites like PubMed, if you've ever heard of that one, where you can get actual scientific research behind the chemical constituent within the oil. So I don't like to just be like, ooh, it works, yay. No, I'm like, why does it work? Why does it work on this particular thing? And it's very much linked to the respiratory system and the brain, depending on what the oil is, the hormones. So how do they work? Okay, of course they do, but all essential oils fall into 4 categories, grade A, B, C, and D. So grade A is therapeutic grade, made from organically grown plants and distilled at low temperatures. And actually, Young Living isn't even considered organic because there is no, organic still means that you use pesticides and herbicides on your plants, and Young Living doesn't. They do all they do hand weeding. They use essential oils for the same effect as like fertilizer or bug repellent type stuff. They don't use any chemicals on their plants. In fact, even when they buy a field to plant a crop into, they test the soil, and if it has pesticides or herbicide residues in it, they'll treat the soil with digize or some other blend, which we'll talk about again, that cleanses that soil so there's no chemical residue left over. So they don't even want pesticides in the soil that they grow their plants in. That's how picky they are. So going back, I got a little off tangent. Grade A is made from organically grown plants distilled at low temperatures. B is food grade, may contain synthetics, pesticides, fertilizers, chemical extenders, or carrier oils. C is perfume oils that often have adulterating chemicals in there. They might have solvents like hexane in there to get a higher yield of oil per harvest. They can have cancerous stuff in there. Those store-bought oils, you just have to really watch for like Walmart brands or Bed Bath and Beyond, wherever you can get other oils from. You don't want those kinds of oils because they don't have the rigorous testing. They have fillers in them. They're not going to have the effect that you want. In fact, a lot of people have respiratory issues from using those because they have all that extra stuff in there. And then they think, oh, essential oils are bad because I tried using it and got this reaction. Well, it's not a pure essential oil, so you really have to be careful of that. And then grade D is called Floral Water, which is basically aromatic only and used, it's a byproduct of making another oil. So it's just kind of the leftovers. So it can, any essential oil can fall into that grade. Usually they're marked therapeutic, but even if you're marked therapeutic, 100% grade essential oil, technically the FDA says you only have to have 5% essential oil in that bottle, even though it says 100%. So you want to go with a company like Young Living because they have a rigorous seed to seal promise, which basically means, like I talked about, they are very picky about the quality, the soil, they plant and have everything, they own everything from the time it's planted to the time it's harvested and bottled into that and sent to you. They have complete control over that. They have rigorous testing. They actually have it available that you can go to their farms and help do the process so that you can see that what the quality of their process is. We just had an issue the other day where we had one product that was sold out for an amount of time, and it's one that everyone uses. It's a very, very popular product, and customers were getting frustrated because it wasn't coming back into stock. And Young Living finally said, well, let me just explain the situation. When we get the raw materials for this product, it didn't meet our standards, so we couldn't make the product. We had to wait to get more raw materials in that would meet the standards. So they were willing to be out of this product when they could have been making money on it. They were out of this product for an extended amount of time because it did not meet their quality control, just the raw product. So they're very, very picky about quality. They have the highest grade oils, and you can tell with their products. Like I have tried a lot of different things, and I think there's only been a couple for whatever reason I didn't really care for, but generally, they have shampoo, deodorant, cleaning products, everything. They've got so many different things, and I've been so happy with everything. So let's see, just to get an idea of how much work it takes to produce an essential oil. Rose is one of the most expensive essential oils, and people often wonder why that is. It takes 60,000 rose blossoms to provide 1 ounce of oil. So and they're hand-picked, hand-weeded. So it takes a lot of work that goes into all that in order to get a little bit of rose oil, and that is why the cost is there. Lavender is more abundant. Lavender oil is not very expensive. 220 pounds will provide 7 pounds of oil. Jasmine flowers must be picked by hand before the sun becomes hot on the very first day they open. So it's very time sensitive, making it one of the most expensive oils in the world. It takes 8 million hand-picked blossoms to provide 2.2 pounds of oil. So it kind of gives you an idea of what the volume is there. And a sandalwood tree, sandalwood is an amazing smell, must be 30 years old and 30 feet high before it can be cut down for distillation. I know a frankincense tree, which is another one of my favorite oils. We're going to talk about that one too. I think it has to be like 30 years old before they can harvest the resin. And then I think they have to wait like 6 weeks for the resin to age or something before they can harvest it. So there's a lot of time constraints that are built in that you just can't rush. And they're very picky about that all being just right. So a little goes a long way. Most oils are $10 to $30 a bottle. A 5 milliliter bottle contains 85 to 90 drops, and a 15 ml bottle contains 250 drops. So if you're thinking each application of what you're using is 1 to 3 drops, you'll get quite a few applications out of a small bottle. So don't think that you have to do 15 or 20 drops to get the effect. You only need a tiny, tiny little bit. The Thieves Cleaner that I mentioned before is made of plants only and costs about $100 or $1 $2.50 a bottle. Well, so, okay, let me explain that a little bit better. That's not very clear. The Thieves Cleaner is a concentrated cleaner, and you use it by the capful to put it in like a 16-ounce spray bottle for just like your normal cleaning. So there's like 50 capfuls, or 60, actually 65, I think, 65 capfuls in a little 22-ounce bottle, or 14-ounce bottle, sorry. And so you can make 65 of those 16-ounce spray bottles for general cleaning out of one bottle of Thieves Cleaner. So a little goes a long way, and it does such a great job. It smells kind of like Christmas. It's cinnamon, clove, rosemary, lemon, and eucalyptus. So it's a very nice smelling cleaner. Once people start using it, they usually don't go back. Okay, are they safe? That's a question I get a lot of times. There are certain oils that are photosensitive. So like our citrus oils, lemon, we're going to talk about today. The citrus fresh, we're going to talk about today. Meaning you don't want to put them on your face or somewhere that you're going to get sun and then go outside, because the photosensitivity means that it'll kind of react with your skin in a way that's like a sunburn. Okay, I've done that without even thinking before. You're supposed to wait like 12 hours if you put it on your face and go outside. I've got a serum that I wear on my face, and I usually put it on at night, but if I put it on late enough at night and then go out in the sun first thing in the morning early, then I might not have given it enough time, and I have gotten just a little bit of like a rash around my cheeks from that. But usually if I'm using citrus oils, I put them on my wrists or on my spine where I'm not really going to get that direct sunlight, or put it in my water. So you just have to be aware of that. When using on your skin, you always want to watch for redness and dilute with a carrier oil. So a carrier oil is like a fatty oil. Your olive oil, coconut's a big one that people use with essential oils because it doesn't really have any scent, and you can get it in either liquid form, like the original form is the solid form, and you have to warm it up to like 75 degrees to make it liquid, or you can get fractionated coconut oil that has something done to it so that it stays liquid, and that one's a great one to use. I just even put that like on my daughter for lotion because her skin is so dry. I'll mix a little lavender with coconut oil that's fractionated and rub it up and down her limbs because she has super dry skin, and that feels very soothing to her. Almond oil, grapeseed oil is one I use for my face because it's not going to make your face break out like coconut would. But I use coconut pretty much everywhere except for my face. Let's see. So when you're putting essential oil on your skin, you probably want to start by diluting it if you're not used to it. And people think of dilution as like watering it down, but that's not actually a correct term, because what you're doing is spreading it around and keeping that skin more moist, so it actually has longer to work. Because if you just put a drop on your skin and it kind of evaporates before it gets a chance to really do its work, then it's not going to last very long. But if you moisten your skin with that coconut oil, it lasts longer. Do not put oils in your eyes or in the canal of your ear. You can put it around the ear, like on the back or even the lobes, but don't put it inside your ear. Those are the only two places on your body you can't apply essential oils. You can become desensitized to the oil if you're putting the same oil on the same spot every single day or multiple times a day. So they say to rotate spots where you apply oils and rotate oils that might do the same thing. So like calming oils, there's 5 different calming oils in the starter kit. So you can switch those up a little bit so that they still have that nice, good, potent effect. Internal use of essential oils. So let me show you this. If I can get it out. So here we've got lemon. See how it's kind of got a little bit of a shine there. See how it's got a white label with a yellow middle there? The white label means that it's a vitality oil, and by vitality, that's just their name for ingestible, basically. So you see Panaway here is a solid color, okay? And that means that this one is not ingestible. Now, if you can look on their website and see that lemon comes in a 5 milliliter Vitality oil and a 15 milliliter big yellow label, but it has the same oil in it. Okay, so even though the big yellow label does not have that white label, obviously, because it doesn't mean that it's the same oil. So you can still do the same thing to it, but one is labeled for ingestion and one is labeled for aromatic and topical use. Okay, so just so that I get that question a lot, even after I've explained it once, people will still ask about it because it's just kind of a hard concept. It's an FDA regulation trying to find a way to explain which essential oils are okay to ingest. Okay, so I think we can kind of get right into, now the reason that we often go through the starter kit is because it's 12 oils with a couple of bonus items and a diffuser. This is one diffuser you can choose from. It's a very nice, classy looking diffuser. It's got a lot of settings. And it retails for over $400. So this kit's $165. It's over half price. And it's just a really great base for it. It handles immune support, respiratory support, skin support, emotional support, sleep support, digestive support, and cleaning. So it's covering a lot of different things there in those 12 oils. And we use these oils every single day. My kids love them. My husband uses them. It's taken a little while for him to get around to that, but we have gotten him to do that. So, the reason they picked these specific oils is because they make a great kit to get started with. And then they reduce the price so it's more affordable. So frankincense is the one we're gonna start with. This is one of the top skin oils. It's one of the top oils, bingo. It can do just about anything. I use it in my facial serum at night. It's a key ingredient in Young Living's brain power, so it's really great for focusing, grounding. I love to put it on when I'm just feeling a little bit stressed. You can diffuse it during prayer time or devotion to kind of help with that mental focus. It's great for skin healing. It's great for like toning or the reduction of blemishes. I diffuse it a lot. You can just do just about anything with this one. Good digestive and immune support as well. Lavender is the other. These two are like the most go-to oils that you can use, and you can use lavender for literally everything. It's an oil of relaxation, very good for calming. It just calms my kids down, except for Jonah. Jonah is the opposite of everything. So some kids occasionally, just like some like ADHD medications, they actually have the opposite effect. Instead of calming kids down, they might make them more hyper. I do have a kid that does that with lavender. We don't use lavender at night for him. We use it during the day because it still is soothing, but it does make him a little bit more hyper for like bedtime kind of a thing. But the other two, it works really great for just really calming them down. You can put it in, and you can put it in Play-Doh or a bath. Mix it with a little bit of Epsom salt for a bath. It's super soothing. Great for skin. This is also in my face serum. It's basically called the Swiss Army knife of oils because you can do so much with it. So much. So yeah.
So my friend used the lavender and put it on a cotton ball and then put the cotton ball in her daughter's ear for earache.
And how did that
Have you
work?
done that?
I've heard of it.
That's what she does all the time. In fact, she took my bottle of lavender and I never got it back because she's been using it. So I just have to get a different one.
Yeah, and they say that you can do that. You can stick it on a cotton ball so you're not actually applying the essential oil to the ear canal, and it can help soothe that. I had one of my members the other day called me up and said that she had an eye twitch for 3 weeks, and she's like, what do I do about this? And I had never had that question before, so I had to look it up. But my book said, try rubbing lavender around the outside of the eye. And she said in 10 minutes, the twitch had stopped and did not come back. So, it's amazing. It's like, if you have no clue what to use, start with lavender, just put it on and see what happens. Because it'll.
Even on your feet for sleeping.
Yep, absolutely. Feet is a great place to put things. We should probably talk about that. Feet because it has so many pores in it, so it really absorbs quickly into the body. And there's a lot of what they call VitaFlex points in the feet, which basically are spots on the body that relate to different parts, or spots on your feet, or I guess other parts of the body that relate to somewhere else in your body. So they say, like, if you want to put an oil on for your female hormones, you can put it on the outside of your ankle, and that will be kind of like a straight pathway to that. Doesn't mean you can't put it on other places. Wrists are a big one. The back of the spine I put on a lot for the kids. I like to put it up kind of like around my neck where I can smell it. I mean, you can put respiratory oils like right underneath here if it's not too strong for you. Feet is the big one too. Tummy, right on the tummy. Good point. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, and it can definitely help with earache type stuff. Peppermint, we'll see we have a vitality label, and actually lavender comes in a vitality label too. So you can put that in, I don't know, some people like lavender tea, or I've heard of lavender ice cream or lavender lemonade. I don't care for floral scents in my food, but I love smelling it. So I'm just gonna smell it and I'm gonna put it on, but you can do that if you like that kind of thing. The peppermint is something I will put in food. Hot chocolate, brownies, 10 drops of this and a pen of brownies, or 5 to 10 drops. You probably don't even need it quite that pepperminty. Peppermint tea, you can put it in tea to add that peppermint. And seriously not, I mean, if you're gonna put it in a glass of water or some tea, you maybe don't even need a drop. It's very, very strong if you're putting it in a smaller amount. If you're putting it in a pan of brownies, you want a little bit more, but just a drop or a toothpick swirl, they say. You can stick a toothpick in what they call a reducer, I believe is what this is called. You can stick a toothpick in the end of that and swirl it in if it's a stronger oil, if you don't want a whole drop. Peppermint is wonderful for digestive support. So this is a great go-to for, you can smell it if you're having an upset stomach, if you're motion in the car, if you have an upset stomach or anything going on digestive wise, you might want to dilute it because it is kind of strong, and it might, I mean, I can put it on straight, but it is a strong, strong smell. So if you need to, you can dilute it, but it's great for tummy support. You can take it in water for tummy support. It helps maintain efficiency of the digestive tract, and it's very good respiratory wise too. You can wear it on your chest before exercise. It'll kind of open everything up. You can use it when you've got a little bit of a stuffy issues here, you know, it'll kind of open everything up. If you've got head tension, you can put it up here. Now it will kind of, if you don't, I've had to dilute it with my husband before because I put it straight on his temples, and the smell was, or the sensation, I guess, was so strong for his eyes, like it could feel the burning from the oils over here, that I had to put a bunch of coconut oil before he stopped complaining. So there's peppermint, lots of uses for peppermint. Citrus Fresh is a blend. Now this blend has like all of the citrus oils that Young Living carries, plus spearmint. So it's got this citrus, minty smell, taste. It is delicious in water. This is my favorite go-to for dropping in a big glass of water. Super refreshing, great for digestive support, for cleansing the digestive tract. It kind of scrubs your cells clean in there, and we really need that kind of support in our intestine. It is also a great smell. So a lot of times if I want to kind of get the odor out of the carpet, I'll do a bunch of baking soda and I'll drop a few drops of this in it, let it sit, and then I'll sprinkle it on my carpets, and I'll wait about 15-20 minutes and vacuum it up, and it takes that odor out, guys. It is amazing. So, and then every time you vacuum after that for a while, you'll still get that smell. It'll kind of come through again. Super great for cleaning. You can, if I don't know what kind of sink you have, but I use baking soda to clean mine. So I'll put baking soda in my sink, my kitchen sink, and then drop a little bit of this or lemon on it and scrub it. And it's got a nice scent. It kind of brightens it. It's good for cleaning properties. Super awesome. So this has a lot of good uses as well. Then Thieves. So Thieves, I'm going to tell you a little story about Thieves. The reason it has the name Thieves is supposedly there was this group of men in the bubonic plague time that were spice traders, and they were also thieves. And they concocted this blend of herbs and kind of made some kind of herbal remedy to put on them to protect them from the germs of the people who are dying and sick of the bubonic plague. So they would put this on and they would go and loot these bodies and sick people, and they would not get, you know, no one could stop them because everyone was sick, and they never got sick themselves. So finally they were caught by the authorities, but their sentence was reduced if they agreed to disclose this blend. So that is supposedly where the name of this came from. Again, I mentioned it before, but it's lemon, eucalyptus, rosemary, cinnamon, and clove. A great fall smell, but I never get sick of it all year round. It is just a really nice blend. You can use this oil just to make your own like foaming hand soap. You can get a foaming hand soap dispenser and put 5 to 10 drops in there with a little Castile soap and fill it up with the water. That's what Carrie does. Carrie loves to do that. And you can mix and match scents too. You can do a base of Thieves, but then add some peppermint or some lavender if you want a little bit different smell to it. But the Thieves is the good for fighting the bad germs. And it doesn't have all the gunk in it that your normal like antibacterial hand soaps have. So you're protecting and boosting your immune system without compromising it with all the bad stuff. You can also use this like Thieves Cleaner. So if you can drop it into your water to clean things, it's just that it's not going to go as far as a big bottle of Thieves Cleaner because it takes more drops. So I do highly suggest if you want to use it for cleaning that you go ahead and get the Thieves Cleaner. It's like $23, I think, for a big bottle of Thieves, and it'll get you 65 spray bottles that you can clean your whole house with. This is something that I do love to have like in my tea when I'm trying to feel like I'm getting a scratchy throat or something. I'll drop just 1 drop of this into my tea, whatever tea you want, or just water with a little bit of honey and some frankincense and a drop of lemon, and it makes the most delicious blend, super soothing on the throat. And I just drink that until I start feeling better. So super good for the immune system. And that is Thieves. It is ingestible because it's got the white label. Stress Away is one of my favorite oils and one of my favorite of my kids' favorite oils. So this has a lime and vanilla scent to it. They actually just came out with vanilla oil today for the first time. They've had it that they've used in recipes for blends before, but they've never had it for sale. So we're really excited about that. But this one has lime and vanilla in it, so it smells kind of like a beach or a margarita or something like that. It's very soothing, very calming. Stress away, that's what it does. You actually can, this does come in a white label as well, so you can ingest it. I've tried it in my Ningxia Red, which I'm going to talk about here in a little bit, and that really makes a very good flavor to it. Just great for stress relief, great for putting in Play-Doh for the kiddos, or diffusing in the playroom, or diffusing in my house because I love having an anti-stress house. So this one is a huge favorite in our household. And most people that get into essential oils, if they don't like most scents, they will like that one. It's just not too far out there, I guess. It's something, you know, the lime and vanilla is very recognizable and very soothing. The lemon is one I use. I usually keep at least 1 or 2 big bottles of this around because I use it so much for different things. See there? I've got a bad glare. I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix that. Here we go. So this one you can put in water. It's very refreshing in water. You can put it in anything that calls for lemon. So if you've got a dip or I'm trying to think of what else would have lemon in it, but you can add tea. It's delicious in tea. I use this a lot in my cleaning as well. It's great for digestive support. So you can do a lot of different things with this. It's a key ingredient in Thieves, helps the immune system. And this is one, again, that like kind of scrubs those cells clean in your digestive system. So it's a really great detoxifier and gets those intestines cleansed. And then we're gonna do Pan Away. So this is one that we use for sore muscles in our household. It's got this special white cap because it has wintergreen in it, and wintergreen smells like bubble gum or something that you'd want to eat. So they have this childproof cap on it just to protect kids from getting into it. It smells delicious and it feels very soothing and cooling. It's got the peppermint wintergreen combo in it, very cooling on your muscles. You can rub it into a little bit of coconut oil, like either the solid or the liquid, and rub it onto your muscles to make it go a little further. Super soothing. You can diffuse it, although I don't know that I'd want to diffuse this scent. I think I'd probably just go straight for a peppermint, but you can. So that one has helped. I had a friend the other day that was on 4 different kinds of pain medications that was able to get off of all of them just by using this oil instead. So, I mean, it just depends. Everyone's different, but I do have that testimonial. It can help a lot with sore muscles, sore joints. Valor, I mentioned this one before, is kind of the big one that's changed our family the most. It's got a beautiful purple label to it. It is actually a purple oil. I don't know if you can see that a little bit. It smells amazing. I can like wear it for pure perfume because it's got a little bit of a floral scent, but it's not, I cannot do the floral scents very well because they're so overwhelming to me, but this one has a very subtle floral scent to it. It is called Courage in a Bottle, which I know sounds kind of silly, but a lot of times this just helps so much with emotional issues. So a lot of times they say that they'll use this for children who are scared to go to school because of bullying, or I told you my husband uses it at work when he just starts getting really overwhelmed, and it just kind of helps turn that fear and panic off. And then there's a scientific reason what it's helping in the body to do that. It's also called a chiropractor in a bottle because it kind of can help align things. So a lot of times people will use it on their back after they have a chiropractic adjustment to kind of keep everything in place. I'm not quite sure what the science is done on yet. I have to figure that one out. But it could do with a calming and emotional thing too, that you're just not quite so tight. It's very good for the skin too. The blue plant, the blue tansy that's in this that gives it that purple color is super good for your skin tone. So sometimes I'll use this at night before I go to bed. I love to diffuse this one. I diffuse that one all the time. Super great. And my husband, David, I'll put it on and he'll say that works so fast. Like in 2 minutes, he's already feeling better. So very fast. Raven. I'm not sure why they call this one Raven. I've never heard that story. This is our respiratory oil. Again, see the white cap? It's got the wintergreen in it. So it's got that really kind of a little bit of a pepperminty gum kind of smell to it. It's very soothing. A lot of times I'll melt a little bit of coconut oil and drop like 5 or 10 drops of this in, and you can do like 4 tablespoons of coconut oil scooped out, melted, and you can put frankincense and lemon in there, and then you let it solidify again and use that as a chest rub, like mentholatum or something. Awesome for respiratory issues. You can rub it on their feet. You know, you were talking about rubbing it on feet there, Terry. Kids' feet when they start to get a little bit of a cough or any kind of congestion. Great for that. I use this a lot to diffuse in the wintertime and to rub on their chest and feet. And they actually came out with a new chest rub that is really amazing. It has camphor and menthol in it, so it really kind of helps that I don't know how to explain it, that feeling in your throat that it kind of catches and makes you want to cough, that cough reflex. It helps soothe that. But this is an amazing respiratory oil. I highly suggest that one. Digize, this is a lot of times what they call a gateway oil. So if you've ever heard of a gateway or a gateway drug, a lot of people will have one drug that gets them in the door to addiction. Well, this is kind of like a gateway oil. So a lot of times if people are very skeptical about oils, they will use Digize and they will change their mind. And this has been a huge lifesaver in our family as well. My husband has a lot of respiratory issues. He's working on his gut health quite a bit right now. But Digize is one that if we have any tummy troubles, we rub it on our tummies, and we cannot believe how fast this one works. This is the one that's comparable to the oil that Carrie started with. You do want to probably dilute this one with a carrier oil if you're not used to it. It has a couple of things in it that might bother your skin if you don't. I can do it straight. I'm not that sensitive, but you always want to kind of start and err on the side of caution. It has fennel, anise, ginger, which are all very well known for having digestive support components to it, or herbs that you would use for digestive support. ginger tea, fennel tea are a lot used for that. So a great oil for that. You can put it in tea. It tastes like black licorice, so I don't really care for black licorice. I put it on my feet or on my stomach, and I can still kind of smell it, but it doesn't bother me. But David will put it right in his tea and drink it, and I don't know how he does that, but it works really well for him. He has a lot of digestive issues. Peace and Calming is another favorite in our household. This one also has blue tansy in it, except for it's green. Don't ask me how that works. The same oil turns one blend purple and one blend green. This has an amazing, very grounding, kind of a musty, earthy scent to it, but it is very calming. My Micah, my 10-year-old, almost 10-year-old, uses this every night at bedtime, either diffusing it or putting it on his feet or his chest because it helps him relax at night and turn his brain off. You can use it during the day for stress. You can use it at night for sleep. Either one is fine, but it's a big go-to for a calming oil. Super comforting. I love it. A lot of people like that one. So those are the 12 of the oils that come in our little starter kit. When you open up your starter kit, so it comes in a box like this, okay? And there's a little tab here that you can pull. It's magnetic, very high class. And there's a little pamphlet that goes in here that has tons of recipes and great information in. They just came out with that booklet, started to add it to the starter kit, and I love it. I just got my first one not too long ago. And it'll have the 10 of the oils here, and you can actually fold this up and have it sit on its own on a table if you want to. And then it's got a couple more oils in the bottom. I already pulled them out. And right now they're doing a Thieves Spray, which is a little sanitizer spray. It kills 99.9% of germs. You can use it on your hands. It's great to stick in your purse. I just ordered a bunch of them because I wanted to be able to stick them in different places for the winter. But they're about this big and they last quite a while, but you can stick them in your purse or your backpack or stick them in the car, whatever you need to want to have that sanitizer spray handy. They're great for restaurant tables, bathrooms, public bathrooms, kids' hands. And I don't have to be worried like the Clorox wipes. I don't want my kids washing their hands with those, but in a jam, you need something. So they make Thieves wipes, but they also make this great sanitizer spray. You can keep, got that great Thieves smell to it. And then they also have these little 10 packets of Thieves hand sanitizer, which this is not what the packets look like, but this is the sanitizer when it comes in the 1 ounce container. And it's got the Thieves smell, but it also has a little bit of a peppermint smell, which is it's a great smell. I love their hand sanitizer, but they come in little like individual use packets. So you can either throw them in your purse or give them to friends to just try whatever you want to do with them. So that's what's in. And then I am out of my Ningxia Red, but it comes with 2 packets of what is called Ningxia Red, which is it's made from wolfberries, or you're probably more familiar with goji berries. Super high antioxidant supplement drink. It comes with 2 little samples of it. And actually, if they're 2 ounce samples, then that's all you need to drink in a day. So it's not really exactly a sample. Thank you, Carrie. I ran out of mine and I haven't gotten my order in. It looks like that. They taste amazing. They are good for your eye health, your digestive support, your skin and hair growth, your cholesterol. They kind of do everything. And I have seen awesome results. My husband has done so well on it. I have more energy because I take it every day. So it just gives you a couple of little samples to try those. I can get you more information on those because I think I could talk for another hour just on Ningxia Red because I think it's about the most amazing little supplement you could get. So I just want to mention real quick, and the diffuser, the diffuser. So you get the 12 oils, a diffuser of your choice. They've got 2 diffuser choices at the $165, and if you want to get something fancier, then you can pay a little bit more money for a fancier diffuser. And the hand sanitizer samples, the Thieves sanitizer spray, and then 2 Ningxia packets is what will come in a full kit. And if anyone wants to go ahead and order under Carrie, we'll give the link at the end, and the first person to order I'm going to send, well, at anyone who gets a kit today or soon, I will send a little welcome packet with some info, of course, and we'll get you hooked up to resources and whatnot. But I will send a little, the first person to order will get a little pouch from me that you can put, you can stick, see it has a little tabs in it, you can stick an essential oil in, or it fits a little hand sanitizer, whatever you want to put in there. It's handy for your purse. So you can just grab your essential oils and go. You don't want to ever leave your essential oils in the car, especially when there's extreme heat or extreme cold, because the change in temperatures can affect the quality of that oil. So I had someone in Phoenix who said that they left a couple of their oils in the car for the afternoon, and I'm thinking that's 140 degrees in your car probably in the summer, you know, so not a good idea to do. So the number 2 cause of death in the United States is cancer, and this is my big thing. 1,620 people a day die of cancer. 1 in 3 cases in the US are directly linked to poor diet, physical inactivity, weight, or chemical exposure, guys, chemical exposure. The American Cancer Society says only 5% of all cancer cases are from gene defects. 5%. So what does that mean? That means 95% is something we can potentially prevent, okay? We're talking the things that we have in our processed food. We're talking the chemicals that are in our cleaning products, our shampoo, our deodorant, our soap, the makeup you wear, everything that you expose your skin to. The skin is our largest organ, right? So everything that you put on there, we found out at the beginning, when you put an essential oil on your skin, it takes 26 seconds to get into the bloodstream. So what do you think happens when we put on makeup that has a carcinogenic component to it? So we are seeing cancer rates skyrocket, and I personally want to do everything I can to try and protect my family from that, especially if it's easy. I feel like when I started this path, I thought that it was going to be a really hard thing, and I know there's still like components to our diet that we're working on to improve. But as far as the chemicals, we've easily switched out all our cleaning products with Thieves. All our soaps, their shampoos, conditioners are all amazing products. Our kids' bath soap, and I get that on a monthly Essential Rewards order, which is like a monthly wellness box that you can change the items in every month. You need to just put $50 worth of stuff in your cart every month. You can change it. You can change the day it ships, and you get points back so that you can spend it on free products, and you can switch out all those things. And it has been the biggest blessing in our life for, the last 3 years, because we're able to do it affordably, and it all has, our immune systems are better. David's, you can tell with his digestion issues that he feels better. Our energy levels are better. We are noticing the effects of it already. So I just always want to let you know that it's not a hard thing to do, and I am here to guide you through that if you need help, but it's not hard. When your body is chemically overloaded, you see cancer, but you can also see it in smaller ways. Skin issues, a lot of people have skin issues. They don't know where that's coming from. A lot of it is linked to diet and chemical exposure. Hot flushes can be helped, the hormonal support. I can help you with that. I've got oils and supplements that can help with that if you have hormonal issues. Stress, fear, we have had a lot of stress and fear in this society lately, and we have felt a lot of relief from just using essential oils in our house. Unexplained pain, that's a big problem in the United States. Well, we're tracing it back to diet and chemical exposure, guys. The chemicals are messing with our hormones and messing with the parts of our body that are trying to work the way it should, and they can't because those chemicals are messing with it. You can take those chemicals out, replace them with Thieves. You can diffuse oils instead of burning candles. There's lots of carcinogenic things in candles. We don't even have really a medicine cabinet anymore. We hardly use ibuprofen or Tylenol. We use pain relief with the essential oils. We do skincare with essential oils and the different products. So your laundry detergent, we have a laundry detergent that's Thieves based, that is all natural. Lots of stuff that you can do. So I'm just letting you know that that option is there. Again, if anyone wants to go ahead and put in an order, I'm going to stick the link, if the Young Living website's back up. I have to get into the Young Living website in order to put the link in there. But as soon as I can, I will post it on the group event, and you can click on that and go through the different ordering options. Now, I also want to mention really quick that today, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I just didn't know about it until a couple hours ago. They have a new starter kit available today. That's an only limited time one for, it's a holiday bundle. And you get a different diffuser. I don't have that one to show you, but it's a small little diffuser and a case, like a carrying case for it. And you get that hand sanitizer that I showed you earlier, the lemon, peppermint, frankincense, thieves, lavender, so the 5, and peace and calming. So 6 of the ones we talked about today, plus joy, which is an emotional support one. It's floral scented. We put it on our hearts in the morning. It really helps with getting your emotions kind of set the right way. And David uses it before he goes to work to kind of help with stress release. And it's really made a difference, the Valor and the joy in the morning. Great to diffuse as well. Bergamot and Grapefruit are 2 citrus oils that are probably my 2 favorites. And you can put those again in your water, or you can diffuse them. So there's 9 oils, a diffuser, and the hand sanitizer for $150. So it's, if you're looking for, maybe can't quite handle the $165, we've got one with fewer oils, but a little bit more affordable price. And that gets your foot in the door as far as it covers your membership cost. And then all of our other products are 24% off, 24% off after that. So as long as you have a membership, you get 24% off any of the products you want to get in the future. And in order to maintain the membership, all you have to do is spend $50 in a year. So after a year, if you haven't spent any more products, it'll go inactive. And all you have to do to get it active again is to call up and place another $50 order. So it's really simple. It's not like you're signed into a crazy contract or anything. But it has made a huge difference in my life, which is why I'm so passionate about getting people to try these items. Is there any questions? Carrie? I don't know who this other person is.
Dawn. I don't think Dawn's there anymore.
No.
And Jennifer.
Okay. I don't see. So if you have any questions or you're watching this after the fact, just talk to Carrie and she can relate things to me if she doesn't know how to answer, or and like I said, the first person I see that places an order, I will get your address and I will send this little bag to. So, oh, here's my hand sanitizer. I forgot to put it in there. There it is. I really appreciate everyone taking the time to come on and listen to us today. And again, if there's anything we can help you with, we'd love to do that. So have a great rest of the day and God bless.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you.
You're
No, it's
welcome.
very interesting.
Thank you.